Yo, what up, y'all? I'm your host, Will. Welcome to Fandom Frequency. We get into the entire multiverse of pop culture, man. Anime, comic books, wrestling, you name it, we talk about it. Make sure you're clicking all the buttons below the video, showing that support for the channel. Really does mean the world to us, and we appreciate all of you watchers, listeners, all the above. We got the podcast feed and everything. But today, let's get right into it, man. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite TV series in the last several years and some of the best superhero content out there today. Talking about Invincible season 2. We just got the finale, or not finale really, but the last episode of the first half of the second season. They broke it up into two parts. We're going to be getting the second part right after the new year, so definitely be looking out for that on the channel right after we get into 2024. You know what I'm saying? But for now, we're going to be getting into these first 4 episodes of the season and just breaking down my overall thoughts and all that stuff, my opinion on the second season here. Gotta say, hella good, man. They definitely carried over the quality of the first season, because that first season really started off in a much more formulaic fashion, and I think they were able to subvert everyone's expectations with that finale of the first episode. And spoiler alert, for some reason, if you haven't seen season 1 and for some reason you're watching a season 2 review, but we're getting into all the spoilers on both, so there's your fair warning right there. If you didn't read the title, you know how it is, y'all. It's the internet in 2023, so just doing that. But there's your there's your what's the word? There's your disclaimer right there. But getting back into it, when freaking Omni-Man just takes out all the Guardians of the Globe, a la like Superman taking out the entire Justice League in one foul swoop type shit, was absolutely insane. You're like, what the hell? He just killed all his comrades. What the hell does that mean? And then you get the whole unraveling of the whole ruse that he was doing for 20 years, being from the Viltrumite Empire, going into the Earth as a sleeper agent to essentially procreate and create a half-breed son, half-breed offspring, whether that's a dude or a girl, it doesn't really matter, I guess, and to help them take over the planet and get ready to go on to the next thing and continue what they do best, killing and pillaging and all that stuff. And it's like pretty much a twisted version of the Kryptonians and whatnot. And the way that all ended with season 1, with Omni-Man damn near killing the kind of title character himself, Invincible, Mark Grayson, his son, and he ends up flying off to God knows where. And we find out in the season, man, it was just a great way, the way that they teed up this second season, and it definitely delivered all throughout for the most part. I do think there's a few plot threads they kind of leave dangling in the air that I do hope that they do address in this second half to really bring things home. But so far, for what they set up, I'm absolutely enjoying the hell out of it. And it just keeps getting better and better as each episode goes along. By episodes 3 and 4 of the second season, I was so fucking hooked, dude. I was like, man, give me more. I hate this week-to-week shit right now. I'm trying to binge it, you know? It almost makes me want to, like, wait for the whole thing to be over with. But I wanted to get this out to y'all ASAP after as quick as I could after the first half wrapped up, because it was just so damn good. Just wanted to be a part of that early conversation, that's for sure. But yeah, man, definitely digging this second season quite a bit. Love all the character development they're doing with Sandra Oh's character, Debbie Grayson, Mark's mom, after all the trauma and all the betrayal that she feels after the whole events that took place with Omni-Man, aka her husband of 20 years and all that. Getting to see the way that they're able to use that as a real grounded, dramatic storyline in this series is so well done, and it never feels like they're beating you over the head with it. It's always sprinkled in just enough to really ground things and get out of the absurdity and more of the kind of satire that is there for comic books, the superhero genre stuff in general. So the way that they're able to balance that out with the character of Debbie's storyline in this season, to me, is so well done. And that definitely bleeds over into Mark and the way that he's feeling about the situation, dealing with his father and everything that comes along with that. So I absolutely enjoy the hell out of that aspect as well, and just thought that the main kind of storyline and through line, if you will, between Mark, Debbie, and Omni-Man, because we finally do catch up with him in episode 3 real quick at the end there, and really more so primarily in episode 4, where we get into the really big overarching conflict where he's been in the other planet, Gatraxia, or whatever the fuck it's called. I always forget these damn planet names in these sci-fi shows. Star Wars is like the only one I can seem to remember any of these goddamn planets. But I guess it's because they repeat them quite a bit over the years too. But anyway, enough of that tangent. But yeah, so he's off on some other world. starting a whole nother family and whatnot. Never can go back to Earth, trying to stay low key from the other Viltrumites, and is preparing for their eventual attack once they figure out where he's at, because he's abandoned his post on Earth and he's completely the first Viltrumite to ever change his mind on the mission and completely betray the mission. And the way that all wraps up in the fourth episode, where Mark is essentially getting tasked to have to carry out that mission and kill others on Earth in the process of doing it, or he's going to get killed and executed himself, including everyone that he knows and loves, and Earth will be fucked either way. So either he has to take it down or they're taking it down. And that whole ultimatum at the end of the episode, him essentially damn near getting stabbed to death by the crazy lady with the whole scorpion style ponytail killing style that she's bringing on, man. That whole battle with the Viltrumites and Mark and Omni-Man on the end of that episode 4 is just so fucking rad, dude. Like, just so brutal, like all the fights are in this series. But, just always, and they really up the ante with the animation as well, so the action just hits really that much harder. I absolutely love that. And the side characters get a lot of great development as well, between the character of Alan the Alien, played by Seth Rogen, one of my personal favorite performers out there over the years. And he does such a great job with this character of him really injecting it with that kind of lighthearted energy, but being able to be serious and seem like a heroic figure in a sense too, in the way that they get into his whole backstory in this season, with that whole third episode kind of taking a little bit of a detour from Mark and all the stuff going on Earth to kind of follow Alan the Alien and build out the whole coalition of planets and the whole conflict going on with the Viltrumites and the other parts of the galaxy and all that other shit. So the way that they're doing this world building while also character building at the same time, with Alan the Alien, with Peter Cullen's character of Thetis, and his whole introduction and the whole tie-in with that, and the whole big conflict going on with the Viltrumites is just fleshed out so damn well in this third episode alone, but overall in this second season, in this first half, but really in those last 2 episodes, you get such a better picture and a more clear idea of what the ultimate threat really is and how big and vast this world of these heroes and these different alien races and all this stuff going on in the world of Invincible can really go into. And I've never read the comics, so I don't necessarily know where it's going. I am getting curious and really want to read the whole thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll collect the omnibuses before they finish off the season, because there'll probably be a few more to go, and they're only going to do about one a year is kind of the plan right now. So barring there's no strike or any other crazy worldwide phenomenon going on, we should be getting at least, I would say, 2 to 3 more seasons of this series, bare minimum, I would say, just knowing a rough estimate of kind of how many volumes there are in the story and issues and whatnot. Don't know the exact number, but I know it's not like super duper long, but I know it's not really short. So I know they got at least a good 3 to 4 seasons at least that they could definitely pump out here over the next several years. And it's going to be interesting to see where things end up in this second half of the season with this cliffhanger with Mark and Omni-Man. Absolutely blows my mind in the way that all ties in too, with Thetis and Alan the Alien, with him being able to regenerate and that being part of his ability, a la akin to kind of the immortal character as well over there on Earth with the Guardians of the Globe, and the whole way that they're trying to deal with the whole aftermath of Omni-Man on Earth, and with the heroes trying to deal with what Omni-Man did and kind of deal with the overall public perception of heroes at the moment, makes a lot of sense. And they're trying their best to navigate it, if you will. And those characters are just definitely out of their league when it comes to all the villains and things that they're trying to deal with, because it's essentially like the Teen Titans, when they've barely been together for a little bit, got like upgraded to the major leagues and had to take over for the Justice League because Superman took them all out or something. They're just completely out of their depth at this point. And it's just really, really fun to see the whole dynamic with with the hot-headed loudmouth asshole dude, and Shapeshift and Robot and freaking Monster Girl and everything like that. So getting to catch up with those side characters was a good time as well. And you can't forget to mention the inclusion of one of my favorite actors working today, man, Sterling K. Brown, coming up in this thing as one of the main antagonists from the comics that I have been made aware of from my main man, Skippy. We were talking about this ahead of season 2 coming out, and with the whole introduction of the character of Angstrom Levy, played by my man, Sterling K. Brown, and the whole way that the multiverse revenge plot is probably going to tie in a lot more in this second half of the season. It's going to be really interesting to see the way that they tie this all in together. But so far, they've been doing a pretty damn good job of it. And I really like the introduction of the character, getting a sense for what his backstory is, what his whole motivation is moving forward as a villain, and what was kind of his whole setup as a more heroic character or whatever, trying to, do good and try to figure out a way to use the multiverse and all the different knowledge from all these different parallel universes to their advantage to save their world and countless others. And the way that all backfires because of Invincible getting involved and unintentionally causing Angstrom to make a really haphazard, last-minute, stupid decision and end up damaging himself and getting himself into the supervillain status that he's more than likely going to be in now. It's going to be hella interesting to see the way that all plays out, but really loved what Sterling K. Brown did in the role here. Voice acting all across the board was great, but really, really dug what he was doing, and can't wait to see what happens with that character down the line here for sure. And he had some other big-name actors in here, man, popping into play some slightly smaller roles, but still somewhat pivotal or important to the overall plot, like Jillian Jacobs coming back as Adam Eve, getting that character reacclimated to the whole thing going on. And I definitely hope they have a little bit more for her to do in the second half. But what they've been doing with kind of exploring the character and her relationship with her parents, and especially her father, and the conflict going on there, and with the conflict of her kind of second-guessing being a hero in a sense as well, is very interesting, and I can't wait to see where it goes. And her whole action scene and all the stuff that goes down with her in her couple scenes was really, really cool. And then you also get Tatiana Maslany as Alan the Alien's love interest as well. You get John Hamm playing a very small role in here. Ben Schwartz from Sonic fame, he's up in here. So you get a lot of big name people coming in here, and you get Kevin Michael Richardson coming back as the Mahler twins. You also get the introduction of Peter Cullen as that character Thaddeus we were talking about earlier. Fucking Optimus Prime himself, man, telling y'all it's time to roll out and shit. So that was pretty cool. A lot of great cameos and different new side characters and fun things going on there. And yeah, man. But overall, I really dug the hell out of this freaking season so far. I think it's off to a great start. And I do think they set up a lot of things that are kind of hanging up in the air in a sense that haven't been addressed quite yet. And there's a couple of things kind of going on that I'm kind of questioning if they really amount to anything or are going to really matter to the overall plot. But for right now, I definitely dig the hell out of this season. One of the stronger seasons of television this year, that is for sure. But I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you thought about this latest season of Invincible, Season 2. Do you think it's better than the first? Do you think it pales in comparison? I want to hear what y'all think about it. And we got some more cool content coming on the channel, man. Music-related stuff, more movies and TV show stuff to come. The end of the year rankings, anticipated 2024, some Christmas content as well. Got some cool stuff planned in the works with some fellow collaborators, people that you guys know and people that you guys love on the show. So definitely look forward for all of that dopeness. Appreciate you sticking to the end if you did so. Much love to each and everybody out there. Make sure you stay tuned. You don't sleep on any of the dopeness we got going on here. Much love. Peace out.